I'm Kathy Brown, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified personal trainer, and I work with active women over 40 to help you find nutrition and wellness solutions that fit your lifestyle and work for your body so that you can boost energy and metabolism and stay active for life. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's really kind of struck me recently. I'm in a new city, new job. I've gone back to working with patients in a clinical setting. And something that I keep hearing over and over and over again with the women that I'm working with is just this negative self-talk. They call themselves so many names. I hear, I'm fat, I'm disgusting, I'm lazy, or they tell themselves that they can't wear a certain outfit or a certain bathing suit because of how they look. And this is something that I've also seen with friends and family. And there's so much research out there that says that how you talk to yourself plays a huge role in how you show up for yourself, like how you take care of yourself. And it's kind of one of those chicken or egg situations. Like when you're talking down about yourself, you clearly have, bad self-esteem, bad self-image, I don't like the word bad, but your self-esteem, your self-image is taking a hit. And so then mental health declines, and people who tend to have low self-image, low self-esteem also tend to not really, um, they tend to not stick to behaviors or habits that would keep them more healthy, more of the healthy habits. Stuttering over myself, but you get what I'm talking about. People who have low self-esteem, low self-image, they tend to not stick with behaviors that would keep them healthier and take care of them. And so, which causes the other? I mean, we know that poor mental health can lead to, unhealthy habits or fewer healthy habits. And then we also know that, unhealthy habits can impact mental health as well. But regardless of which one causes the other, they are closely correlated. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about how do we make that change? Okay? We can't control the fact that our hormones are changing. Okay? Our hormones are going to change, whether it's at the age of 35 for some women. For most women, it's somewhere in the mid 40s. And the average age of going through menopause, where you no longer have those menstrual cycles, is 51 or 52. We can't control the fact that our body is going to stop naturally producing as much of those reproductive hormones. And with it comes a lot of changes to our body. And it's important to also remember that we've been through a change like this before when we went through puberty. And, if you remember back, it was kind of like a roller coaster, at least emotionally, and our bodies were changing, and we had all kinds of like skin issues and what have you. I try to block that out of my memory. But this is not entirely unlike that. I mean, the change is a little different, but it's just another change that we're going through. But we can't control that. What can we change, though? Okay? What can we change? Well, or what can we control, I guess is the better question. We can control the habits that we have that will promote better health, better mental health, better physical health. That, of course, includes diet and exercise, the two things that I really focus on, but also stress management and sleep. And these things collectively have been shown to make women feel better when they're going through these hormonal changes. Now, that doesn't always 100% do the trick. And so we also have the ability and the control to talk to our healthcare provider about the option of perhaps hormone replacement therapy. And that's not really my lane, so I'm not going to get into that too much. But there is research that shows, in the early 90s, they had research that scared everybody away from hormone replacement therapy. But now we know that that research was very flawed, and it is a viable, healthy option for a lot of women. There are some women that it may not work for them with, genetics or whatever. But that is something that you can talk to your healthcare provider about if diet, exercise, stress management, and good quality sleep just isn't doing the trick, and you still feel bad, you still have a lot of symptoms or severe symptoms. But again, that's not my lane, so I'm going to stay out of that lane. But we can also somewhat control our thoughts and about ourselves and how we talk to ourselves. It's not an easy thing to change, because a lot of times these thoughts, they creep up on us subconsciously. We're not doing it intentionally. But I want you to think for a second about how you would respond to a friend or a family member if they said the things about themselves that you sometimes think about yourself or say about yourself. You probably wouldn't agree with them, and you would probably tell them, you're being so hard on yourself. You need to realize that you are beautiful. You are an amazing person, whatever the issue is. And I apologize, there's somebody drag racing outside of my home, but I want you to start talking to yourself the way you would talk to a friend or family member. And like I said, this isn't hard, because this isn't easy, because a lot of those thoughts are subconscious. But once you hear yourself, whether it's in your mind or out loud, saying these things, I want you to just say, okay, what would I say to whoever your best friend is, or your mom or your sister or whoever? What would I say to them if they thought this about themselves? And start telling yourself that. Just start telling yourself that every day, whether it's if you think, oh, I'm so fat. Then once you catch yourself thinking that or saying that, say, no, I'm beautiful. This body has carried me through all of these adventures in life. It is an amazing body, and I need to take care of myself and be kind to myself. And just keep repeating that to yourself over and over again. Every day, repeat this to yourself, whether you're having those thoughts or not. Just keep saying it to yourself. And eventually, studies have shown that if you keep telling yourself something over and over and over again, you start to believe it. And that will improve your mental health. It'll improve your willingness to show up for yourself. Because, let's be honest, if we're feeling self-conscious, we don't want to be in a gym or out running around other people who are fit. And we sometimes emotionally eat if we're feeling bad about ourselves. So what we really need to do is just take care of ourselves and be kind to ourselves, so that we can then show up for ourselves in the way that we really need to, so that we can be the healthiest, happiest people we possibly can be until we're 99 years old. That is my hope for you and for myself. I'm in this with you. All right, I'm going to cut this off here, because, there's really not much more to say about this topic. But You can come on over to my Facebook group, Fit, Fearless, and Fed Women Run the World, and join the group of other amazing women over 40. This is meant to be a safe space for all of us to share and support each other. So come on over, request to join. And once I get your request, I'll let you in. I keep it private so that we can keep out the trolls. And all right, so that's it. Fearless and Fit, Fearless and Fed Women Run the World on Facebook. And I'll see you next time. Bye.